Let's get ready to...
Triple thing!
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome. Too many comments to get through. I couldn't help it. Really happy I can see all of your names and know who you are. Apparently YouTube's experimenting with not letting you know who any of your chatters are. Genius move, YouTube. How you doing, Badger?
I don't like that. I just memorized everyone's name finally. I don't like change. I want to stay just like this.
I am so bad with names. I put so much effort into actually learning everyone's names and to make sure I've made most of you blue. Why? I don't
blew
like
most
change.
People. No,
yes,
you did it.
I blew my chat. They
only polite.
Deserve it.
Once he blues you, he remembers you.
Mm-hmm.
Blues you.
And Lord Thoth, he was very sad at me that I hadn't modded him. So first thing I did the next time I saw him was drop a blue on him. What do you mean? Clip what? I don't understand it. Moxie, how are you doing today with your wonderful breezy hair?
Airflow. It's great.
I know. I got mine on too.
Wonderful.
It's so hot.
It's only 70 degrees inside and it's warm outside already. I opened up the doors this morning. Nope, we're not doing that. So I am staying cool inside.
My walks have not been very enjoyable. Like I get done with my walks and then like my boxers are sweaty. And that's not what I want for my nice walk around the block.
No one wants swamp ass.
Gooch, how sweaty are you?
Sweaty Gooch.
I am cozy, I'm comfortable, and I'm feeling manscaped. It's not that.
Oh, what'd you
I'm
think?
feeling, yeah, manscaped. It's in the name.
Shut up.
No, I'm not.
Gooch,
But
we've
yes, I'm feeling really good.
got-
Feeling fresh.
Good. Flavor of C4 today?
I had a rainbow one. I've never tried
Oh.
that.
Cosmic.
It was a
Cosmic rainbow.
cosmic rainbow. It was like
You cross that border and it's all rainbows from here on out.
I picked it up. I was like, "What is like?" And I'm like, "Oh, cosmic rainbow."
That's what happens when you lose the Skittles license, but you don't want to change the thing, so you just make it a generic rainbow. But now it's the gay C4.
Yes.
My store still has Skittles,
Fabulous.
by the way.
Actually, I'm taking that shit back. Now it's God's
Boring.
promise not to flood the earth again. So thank you, Jesus.
Taking it back.
Wait, what just happened? Yeah, shout out
Rainbows.
Jesus Davila. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we're taking on. Yeah,
We're
genuinely,
taking it back.
We need to take it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if like rainbow covered crosses are going to be the path towards that, Badger. So, first things first. We saw movies and like watch stuff. We got Gooch to the movie theater. Mother Fudger has an unlimited pass now. We saw things. Badger even has a ticket to see things now too. Three of the four of us are hyped for some Squid Game. Well, Badger's gonna finally watch it now that it's all out, and
I mean, I've seen the
four of
first.
us will be. Oh, you did watch season one? Okay, I couldn't.
Yeah, I've seen
quite
season
remember.
one.
Excellent. And I watched the first two episodes. I'm gonna be watching the third one after this, and let's hurry up and get this over so I can watch more Squid Game. But more on that later. What's next for
the puzzle
Denis
piece.
Villeneuve's Bond movie? Amazon's wish list includes no one I've ever heard of except Tom Holland.
Okay.
Okay.
Out
That's
of those three,
bad.
the dude on the far left, I think that's Elodie or whatever, he looks the most like a young James Bond. But
yeah, he's from Saltburn, and he's from that's without Zendaya, Euphoria. He's from that.
yeah. And what's the new video game
Oh.
going to give us? Young James Bond, like naval
And then-
crewman James Bond before he's recruited.
That is the problem, is they're looking for someone under 30. Yeah, under the age, a British actor under the age of 30. So we're definitely not getting our Aaron Taylor Johnson or Henry Cavill, and ain't no way in hell we're getting Idris Elba's milk chocolate ass. My biggest
Idris
problem.
Elba's
Well, he's a little
52?
bit dark chocolate. I don't think he's milk chocolate. He's dark
Black don't crack. Oh,
Cadbury
dark
over
chocolate.
there.
Yeah.
How's he?
I'll just call him Cadbury.
He's 50. I know, right? Right,
He looks
Gooch?
rough for 52. Jesus.
Well, it's a Hollywood 52.
He's literally got bitches flashing him. He's
Yeah, talking about the moneymaker, the face. Like
He's at least 70% cocoa. Yeah, that's true.
cacao. He's
Bittersweet.
cacao.
Cow.
So my whole problem, I couldn't quite put my finger on what I didn't like about the new James Bond in the game trailer. And then I thought it was because he wasn't British enough. But then I was talked down from that ledge by alleged British man Norman. And he helped me realize it was his age that was the real problem I was having with him. And I went, oh, okay, yeah, I got it. That was the issue I was having. And then now I have the exact same fucking issue. Why have it be a older, middle-aged gentleman back in the 50s? Please, why? No, we're getting new. What we just saw from the James Bond game trailer, I think, is essentially what they're going to be trying to give us for the new movie. Badger, you got any thoughts on that?
No, it sort of had two choices. You either go back, you make it an established Bond in a period piece, which is what I think a lot of us wanted with Henry, but we're not in that timeline. So we're going to get even though in Casino Royale we saw him become a 00, we're going to see him when he was just in the Navy, and like the first couple things he did that got him on the radar of the 007 program.
Well, I will say my first thought was,
program.
hey, they're all white men. So that was good. I like that part. But
Racist.
Moxie, I would prefer an older man like backhanding women after he finds out they're double agents. What would you
Absolutely.
like for Bond?
Oh, no,
you would also-
I'm in your camp. Yes, please. More of that.
So you would argue then that this is a bit too young.
They all look light in the loafers.
Yep.
This guy looks like he's trying out for the Scarface remake, which honestly,
Very light in the loafers.
I support him being in the Scarface remake.
Out of
Sorry,
all
Moxie,
three, he would be the best bet because he's tall, he's dark, he's got the look. The other two are like
Erwin means he
short.
wants
Man talk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a forehand for the butt, backhand for the cheek. Yes.
also
I don't want Bond Jr.
We've had two old man Bond stories, Diamonds Are Forever and Never Say Never Again, where he is 100% old man Bond.
So Moxie, we've heard Gooch go and do Hot or Not with all three of these. So what are your thoughts? Which one, if we only have these three and you're stuck with the young one, which one's doing it for you here?
I mean, the most like conventionally pretty, because they're more pretty than handsome in these three. Except for Tom Holland. I don't get that one. I guess I'd have to say the one on the left is the prettier option. But Bond Light, Bond
His
Jr.
chin's
no.
a little pointy, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, Gooch. Thoughts on his chin, Gooch?
I need to see a
Angular.
V-taper. Maybe
I
the
know,
V-taper cancels out
It
the
is-
chin.
Cuts
it
it
Take
is
his
a-
shirt off. Maybe Gooch will change his mind.
So here, okay, Gooch. So my concern
Seen it.
is when I saw the Bond game trailer, it gave me Tom Holland Uncharted vibes.
Yes.
And then I see this and I go, oh no, they're doing Tom Holland Uncharted for Bond. That
Yes.
concerns me, even though I do like me some Denis Villeneuve. Gooch, your thoughts on that?
I totally agree. It's the same thing. The game, when we watched I think it was on your channel, Badger, when we watched the review on the game there, it looked like Uncharted. And the character didn't have the Bond vibes that I think we're all accustomed to. So, I mean, it's different. And it's just we got to get used to it, I guess. But I don't know.
You can do an updated like Bond, like Kingsman. The first Kingsman was freaking fantastic, and even that second one was okay. You can do it. You can give us a modern Bond.
Yeah.
It's just you're starting off a little like you're handicapping yourself a bit doing that. But also, I mean, if you want to get like 5 Bond films out of them, it also helps making them younger too. So I get it, but me and Moxie want to see him do some forehands and backhands. And I think most of
Yes.
chat would probably prefer that as
I
well.
mean, we had Roger Moore, who was basically a cripple in those films. Like he was not the most spry guy, but did a good job.
Pretty
Badger.
suave.
Yeah,
He's
suave.
very suave, very suave.
but-
Yeah,
A classical suave. I don't want modern. Now they call it Riz. I don't want Riz. I want suave.
Yeah.
Badger, hear me out. Dine Velamanuv. I like him. We enjoyed some Dune and Dune 2. Gooch doesn't like him because he was told not to watch Dune 2, so he doesn't like him. So
not true.
Gooch,
I
so-
never said that.
so Gooch, but Badger, Michael Bay directing James Bond.
No,
What are your thoughts?
no.
So many explosions, it would be great.
Well, then, what about if Michael Bay were to direct another Transformers movie? We're so back. Shockwaves. Okay, well, Gooch, you look like you have some thoughts.
I
You
didn't
seem
care
lost
for
in
any
thought.
of those Transformer films to
I-
begin with.
The first one
The
was
first
pretty
one
good.
The first one,
is
the first one,
goated.
I was
the
gonna
first
say,
one, yeah,
and
the first one is great.
Megan,
After
Megan
that,
Fox
it's
leaning
just,
over working on a car.
Stop
Come
it.
on.
How did we go from
No.
I didn't care for any of those Transformers to the first one is good?
the first one's great. The first one was great, but after
So
that,
now
it
the
was
first
just,
one's great, but all the other ones are horrible.
they're not. They were just the same thing. It was just like there was no. It was just Transformers, but clash, bang, bang, boom. There was no story to it. It was just
I
didn't
think
care
you're
for
forgetting
it.
the second one where the robot had balls and the two smaller black sounding ones didn't know how to read.
In my chest was like the worst of the first one.
okay.
Yeah, man, we don't know how
Uh,
to read.
but-
It's not just
I
like
was
that.
like,
It was great.
Put that in his chest. Oh yeah, the black. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you think my like Riri Williams Black Girl like voice is offensive? Those were way more offensive.
I said it out loud in the I was like, oh, of course they can't read. And like the half the audience started laughing. It was just so on the nose. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, assuming we'll
Michael
get
Bay.
that in Ironheart. Wait, Moxie, Ironheart is made for you. You finally have female Iron Man. Did you check that out yet?
I watched the first episode. It was
Oh my
so freaking
God.
stupid.
I was kidding. Why
I
did you
can't-
watch even a minute of that? No, that was the worst thing,
Because-
Moxie.
Because I hang out with the likes of you weirdos.
No, I genuinely appreciate it, and so now you
Hey,
can help
I
share
did
in our
not watch
misery.
it.
That's all we
I knew
really
better.
want. We don't even need you to know
Watch
what's
it,
going
Gooch.
on.
It's
We just
amazing.
want to
Yeah,
share
yeah,
our
yeah.
misery with you. And on that note, hey Gooch, I highly recommend Ironheart. You should check it out.
Yeah, you know what?
War Master ABF would really like you to watch Ironheart because
I'd
it's
rather
such a
watch
good show.
Transformers, all those movies, Ironheart.
Jobs, bigger than Gates, bigger than Pym, bigger than Stock.
See.
No, thank you.
Okay, well, Gooch. So you don't want Michael Bay Transformers, but however, Gooch Prime.
It's not. It's just. It's the
Well,
same
no,
thing. It was
no,
just
Gooch,
like the King of Jurassic Park.
I was transitioning, Gooch.
I know you were.
Transformers 1. Director Josh Cooley is developing a new live-action Transformers movie. Gooch. Now, what if I told you the Transformers 1 director was going to direct the new Transformers with like Michael Bay executive producing? Now, how does it sound? You're not getting your Transformers 2. And maybe this is
I
one of the
know,
reasons
I
you're not
know,
getting your
which-
Transformers 2 because they
Which
want to
sucks
work on the
'cause
live action.
I really like Transformers 1. It's really good.
So can you live with some
Uh,
Michael Bay executive producing and some lens flare and explosions to get your Josh Cooley director?
Oh. Yeah, I could
B-
roll with it. I could roll
B-Man's
with it.
giving it a
Let's see
chance.
yeah,
Did it
I'm
move?
with B-Man. I'm gonna give it a chance. Yeah, it moved a little bit. I'm gonna give it a chance. Because
It's-
I really like Transformers 1. I thought it was really,
There you
really
go.
well done.
Yes, it actually is in the name. The reason, if anyone wondered why the hell he has Prime in his name still, it's because he really enjoyed Transformers 1 and then put it in his name and then forgot that he put it in there. And then I made a joke about it. He took it out for 2 days, but he missed it so much he added it back and it hasn't left. So you're willing to give it a chance, Gooch Prime?
Yes.
Okay.
Transformers are my friends.
See,
Thank
I was
you.
never going to watch.
Decepticons can catch these hands.
Well, that was I should be careful on that dancing like that. So I love you, Gooch. I was probably just never going to get around to watching Transformers 1. But that dude directs a live action with explosions and shit and a big old budget, Michael Bay style. Now I'm interested. Unlimited passing that hard, obviously, but now I'm interested.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. And also Transformers, I tend to like things when it comes to like big monsters going brr or stuff like that. I can be a lot more forgiving than than some people on our side. I get it. I just like having a good. I know what I'm getting into with those sorts of things, and I can enjoy myself. So I actually would be interested in new Transformers.
I said it.
Yeah, that's another one I haven't seen.
Haley Steinfeld and John Cena are good in that fucking movie. Bumblebee. There. I said it.
I haven't
Didn't
heard
watch it.
anything. Oh yeah, no, I haven't heard anything else, but it was good.
Completely refreshing.
Got around to watching it, and then I watched some of that CGI trash. Yeah, the Transformers definitely fell off. I think the last one I watched in theaters was the one where they randomly go to China for a scene for no reason, just to make the Chinese audience happy with them. I think that's when I finally dipped out. Bumblebee, should Bumblebee be on the wheel?
I mean, I think so, but that's just me. I'm just a simple
Bumblebee.
humble.
Well, no,
humble
that's
badger.
perfect. It's not a perfect movie, but it's good and one I've wanted to watch for a while. So it's perfect wheel material. And
Huge. If you liked Transformers 1, the whole beginning is on fucking Cybertron. That's why it's also goated.
Oh, Bumblebee.
And
Yeah.
All it does is show how we got in that like Bernie Mac owned car lot from the first movie.
Okay. All right.
Bumblebee was sent to Earth first as a vanguard, and like what happened to him.
Okay.
To
I'll
lose his
watch it
voice
then.
and all that shit. Yeah. It's totally
that
decent.
intrigues me. Also, yesterday I didn't realize it till later, but you guys were like $30 off from doing a wheel spin. So I was gonna go ahead and do 3 wheel spins and then do a vote for you. And while I'm spinning wheels, would you mind taking this one for me, Badger, please?
Rossi for 5. I was so excited for the first Transformers. I put my car in drive instead of reverse and put my friend's car through his garage door. Told the mom after the movie. Smart man. You're already gonna be dead. Tell it after the movie. Absolutely.
That is such a Rossi super chat.
Yeah.
A roller coaster of emotions. And there's a 3-act structure and everything.
No, you're still holding on. Let go.
I don't know why I love it so much. Love you, Rossi.
First one is Transporter. We get a little another spin in here. We'll do Tree. Yes, we're all praying for you, Rossi. We're all rooting for you.
Rossi at Vex and Cine Lover 79 or 69 or whatever his new name is going to be.
Oh, Dragon Slayer.
It's going to be terrible. Dragon Slayer's number 2. Currently, I'm thinking chat's going to prefer Transporter. But let's see what option number 3 is. Also, you guys may have noticed I cleared out the list. I have 56 instead of 120 now.
Oh, boy.
The Accountant, which is, very Transporter-esque. That's
a good one.
The Accountant. I feel like you guys are going to tell me the Transporter. Poll is up. Y'all let me know. And shout out, appreciate all of the support. Y'all are wild. And if you want to give me a game to potentially make a video, B-Man's got the Steam code going out, Steam Summer Sale. We will be discussing tomorrow.
Yeah, he probably got the update rollout first. He's
got the beta. Yeah. So now I'm just going to turn all of you guys into mods. So yeah, that way I at least know it's one of my homies. Zomginas and helicopter zombies. The horror. Give me the father and son relationship, not the like tallest Indian on the planet with the largest wiener on the planet going like this. Or when
I was going through movies to watch the other night, and I saw one Zombeaver, and I went to Zomgina. It's actually Zombie Beavers.
Terrifying.
What streaming device were you on?
It was on Prime.
2014. Yeah, I believe I found it. Zombeavers 2014.
Oh God.
Is this what we're discussing? A fun weekend turns into Madison Horror for a bunch of groupies looking for fun in a beaver infested swamp. Yeah. Oh, here. Were there boobs?
I didn't watch it, but I
saw
it, and I was thinking about you, and everything is Zomgina, Zombies.
I mean, it's got a good rating on IMDb. It's also on Tubi and Pluto.
Okay, I'll watch it and report back.
I think you can attest to this. Accountant 1, good, but the second one is just completely different than the first one. And if you were going to okay.
I feel like Dragon Slayer is the like libertarian party, like third party vote, because it's just stealing all the accountant votes, and it's definitely going to be Transporter. Y'all keep voting, but looking like it's going to be.
I don't understand why people like that movie so much. Dragon Slayer.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Well,
I know it's OG.
He's
a little pussy that doesn't look like a hero. There, I said it. I saw him first in Ally McBeal, is the guy that hooks up with Portia de Rossi, and he's also in Ghostbusters 2 as the creepy little F slur that tries to get with. You know what I'm saying? So I already have it negative, and then I Dragon Slayer, and I go back and like.
That I can see. That
hero,
yeah, that I can see. Yes.
Okay, it's very hard to be introduced to him phrasing with those. Yeah,
this guy.
Yes.
But when you've seen him first in Ghostbusters 2 and Ally McBeal, it is very hard to like disassociate and see him as a hero.
He's the dude who's like working with the art, the painting guy.
Whatever. It's very. I don't know, man. This is the struggle of actors, right?
Seem very leading man material.
But I think that's the point. Is he's supposed to be someone that you wouldn't necessarily think is the hero, but he overcomes. But
he looks like Jerry Lewis had a love child with a hobbit.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Hey, lady.
Ghostbusters was just on too, where he's in there all creepy and shit.
And appreciate all you voting. The Transporter is definitely getting added on there. Badger, is Transporter overrated, or is that one you support?
I'm fine with Transporter. It's great.
I love
Prime Statham.
I love just turning my brain off and Stathaming. So
yeah.
Moxie, are you a Jason Statham enjoyer?
Early on, like the Snatch days.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Moxie
my favorite
loves
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I think I took that one off of the wheel because I had seen it before, but it's been so long. I'm putting Snatch back on for Moxie. Yeah, Moxie Snatch.
He was he was really good in that soccer movie.
That was on there too. Well, I took Lock, Stock because I've seen both, but it's been so long. Snatch and Lock, Stock. Would you say if I did put one, it should be Snatch? Seems like most people would agree Snatch is the better one.
Snatch is great.
All right, Snatch is back on.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, is that the? Yeah, that's the one where he has to like electrocute himself so his heart doesn't stop or whatever.
Keep his adrenaline going.
Have sex and
yeah.
I have to have sex with you, or the world's gonna die or get blown up.
That is, to be fair, she saves his life. It's.
Ooh, Russ is disagreeing.
Gotta use that.
I'm starting to think maybe I need to add Crank on there. No, well, actually, we have room for Crank. Should Crank be on there?
Yeah, I mean, because Lock, Stock, and Snatch, I fucking confused.
The car battery part was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Crank is on there. We have room to put more mad movies on now. I just needed to clear some space because it was way too many. All right, so shout out Transporter. We are caught up on supers and everything, right? Excellent. We can finally get back into things, and we got a little bit of Phil Lord and Chris Miller's Project Hail Mary. I had not heard anything about this. Starring Ryan Gosling. I'm already intrigued. The film follows a teacher who wakes up and soon remembers he was sent 12 light years away from Earth to save humanity after the sun began to erode. So we were talking about this before. Like F1, it looks, well shot and all that stuff, well acted, well written and all that stuff, great. But it's like, I don't care about racing. Like, I want all of that great acting, like in a Squid Game situation, or like while you have that character development while you're part of a giant like Megazord fighting a giant monster or something like that. But you're telling me you get sent 12 light years away to try to stop like your sun from blowing up, and it's Ryan Gosling, and the book is written by the same author of The Martian? I am intrigued.
I saw Robert saying it's going to be the movie of 2026, best movie of 2026. Okay,
I'm certainly intrigued. I saw like some of The Martian. I get why everyone liked it, and then got distracted and did something else.
Maybe they meant like it's on the verge of going supernova or something, like it's going to collapse in on itself or something. I don't know what they slow heat death of the universe.
Erosions, a lot of water, roots and stuff. Yeah. All right. So, no Superman today. We do have a little Fantastic Four and Badger. So we discovered those leaks are probably accurate. And I'd forgotten because one of the things that made me go, okay, this seems a little like bait for us was in the middle. It just says that Sue Storm is the leader of the team. And I'm just like, that seems just too, they threw that on there just to get us so we make you too. But then we saw, no, that was real, which means Sue Storm is definitely, and obviously the writer or what
the trailer said. The trailer I saw last night in the theater was like some added scenes, and it's Sue Storm.
There's no
Well,
doubt.
the whole thing.
Yeah, it's not just she's a little the team leader.
Yeah. It would be if it was our 60s, but they've been very open and obvious that
Although-
it's an alternate 60s. That's
Although-
progressive.
The twink playing Johnny, he
Glad you brought that up.
he actually looked a little bit better in some of the lines and the way
Oh, they
he
gave him
delivered it
hair.
looked a little. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm still so torn on him. Yeah, I will. In theater and in certain trailers, he's kind of okay, but he was the one I was least worried about. Now he's the one I'm most worried about. Join the Flaming Hearts fan
Yes,
club.
I did.
Keep the Flamers alive by joining. The best Johnny Storm fan club, no longer accepting new applications. Moxie, does he do anything for you? You join in the Flaming Hearts fan club? Did you like him in Stranger Things? Did you watch that last season of Stranger Things?
Oh, he was the guy from Stranger Things?
Yeah, with
he's
the
the
long hair.
Metallica-
He's Eddie.
playing with the-
Yeah.
Oh, I liked him as Eddie. I didn't know
Me
he was
too.
the same
Mel
voice.
Toast.
I was excited about
Yeah,
it at
same
first.
guy.
Like, oh, he's going to do a great job. Oh, okay. Modern man.
Yes.
Emotional.
A
No, thank
flaming
you.
sexual, yes. Next ones, we got a little Ben Grimm. Gooch, thoughts on gardening tips from Ben Grimm? Okay.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
You love it? The sweater
No.
doing it for you? No?
I mean, I get what they're
Okay.
doing.
This one's
but I
kind of
mean,
cute, personally.
Yeah, I get what they're trying to do.
I have books like this that are old.
The softer
It's
kinda
side
cute.
of Ben Grimm, I get it. Yeah.
But yeah, the graphic design,
Yeah.
yeah, like Moxie's
Yeah.
saying, is definitely good.
Yeah.
But when you're someone who's like his eyebrows or you know, his
No,
voice is
visually
part-
he looks like the thing. I like that right there. He looks like the thing. I just can't with the voice. It's just
he looks insane. If I can get to it, some Spider-Man. He looks absolutely wild here. I don't know what happened to him, but I don't know if they decided he needed to be more of a like Triceratops. Here, let me try to whip her out if I can. Yeah, what was going on with his head here, Gooch?
Ooh.
oh. Is that McFarlane drawing?
That's
who's
your
drawing
boy.
that?
That's your boy McFarlane.
Yeah, it's McFarlane. I could tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, another close up right next to it. Yeah, I don't know what they had going on with the top of his head. And he's got the little like bits coming
Yeah.
off like
Yeah, he looks
Like
like
he's-
a he's
creature from the Black Lagoon.
uncircumcised thing. Uh, so
I would argue he looks more circumcised, but yes, I think you're onto something. Also,
So if you put him
Ben Grimm
with
is
the
very
Hulk-
Jewish as well, right? So I would argue he looks more circumcised. He just had his his
yes.
brace or whatever.
No.
All righty, and now we move on. Oh my god, director's cut. So now we have Pedro Pascal trying to
Oh,
look
what an
smart.
F-word.
But instead, he looks, the expression on his face doesn't look like, I'm so smart and deep in thought. His face looks like, what the fuck am I looking at right now? Hurry up and take the picture, guys.
That's Marvel Daddy you're talking about, Erwin.
Funny.
Well,
you.
I was
would
gonna say he
that.
was bent over, so I thought
Right back.
because he was bent over, it was the look of, "Are you all the way in yet?" Or like, what's
Am I done with the casting call yet?
yeah. Yeah.
So, as Badger pointed out, Daddy. Now, Moxie, this is so like we're a bunch of like men and olds, so we don't hear the term daddy all that often. But you're hip into the jive and a woman, so you're a little more.
You've been lied
connected.
to, sir.
So, okay, well then I'll explain it to you, Moxie, because I know. So,
Okay.
so we have this whole thing of daddy, kind of like men had, we had our MILF situation, but so daddy kind of seemed like it started off as like women were like, ooh, daddy this and daddy that, because they like with their DILFs and what have you. And we went through a little bit of a vibe where women all of a sudden were attracted to fathers out of nowhere. And now, though, all of the gays, maybe they co-opted it, maybe they originally created it.
I blame
I
Dad
think the
Bod,
gays-
by the way.
No.
Oh, Dad-
I think the
Dad
gays
bod,
actually
Dad-
started. Because I will admit, I used to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. I think the daddy thing started back with the gays.
I thought that was
Yes.
Zaddy.
Yes. Oh well, no, that was
confused.
Gen Z. That's what Gen Z started saying, zaddy. And yeah, like
And
because
then
we had, I think millennials started calling it like dad bod, and we meant it bad, but then it got turned into, oh, here's actual like good dad bod. And then the Gen Z tried to do zaddy, but then meanwhile, all the drag racers and queers that Moxie was watching were saying daddy.
Yeah,
It's
confirmed the
blame the
gays
degenerates
always
and
did the
Pornhub.
daddy thing though.
People
Yeah.
watch too much degenerate porn with the mommy daddy issues, and so then there's this whole like daddy, mommy, like okay.
Wait, you don't get stuck in the dryer and you need help?
Yeah, I thought about putting like stepdad in my YouTube thumbnail or my YouTube titles and stuff, but I
What
haven't quite
about
pulled the trigger
Poppy?
yet.
What about Poppy? Is that
So
what-
Poppy's always been
Hey,
around. That's the
Poppy.
Latinos.
So yeah, it seems like
Poppy.
daddy became a bit of a like bear otter situation, just a certain, like gay drag people have their various names for whatever. So it kind of became that. But then all of the normie / like suburban white women then started using daddy to refer to like Pedro Pascal's, where they're like, I'm middle-aged and now I'm a sex symbol. Like now those are daddy. And then apparently the it thing, oh yeah, this is super daddy. This is the gays definitely thought this was daddy when he was licking that.
Daddy chill.
But then it even came to somewhere around here. Yeah, Bella Ramsey actually tried to warn him not to lean into it. I very much played into it at the beginning, but now I'm worried it's becoming a little bit dehumanizing. And she literally tried to warn him not to get into all the daddy stuff because it would not end up well. And so she actually gave him some good advice on that.
However, because I saw the Pop Crave post about Bella Ramsey telling Vanity Fair that they dislike the term daddy for Pedro and that she felt worried for him and she wanted to protect him from the whole joke. Meanwhile, not even a month ago, and I had used a clip of this interview that she did with some other Light in the Loafers dude. Not even 5 seconds into the video, he says Pedro Pascal and she says daddy. And he's like, well, I've removed that from my vocabulary. And she said, I put it back in. Come on, consistency, people.
Oh.
Well, I don't expect the person who doesn't know what gender they are to stick to standards, principles, and integrity.
To be fair, she's a little, like
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know that, Moxie. Because it's I'm never complimenting one of these things ever again.
Oh, Aaron,
that was a mistake. Gunho?
Oh,
Stop it. Stop it. Tomahawk for a tenor. Why is my dad bod not called a father figure? I liked it. That almost goes beyond dad joke because that was like actually a decent joke. I don't know. Would you consider that a dad joke? Oh wait, yes, thank you.
Well,
Gooch, sorry,
that actually was used. I can be your father figure.
That was just you took that. That's exactly what I was going to say. Because you don't want to go there.
See,
like
that's what I said. You guys are way more urban than I am. So
yeah, because next thing you know, you're in a bathroom stall and you're looking at the hole and you're like, "Do I do?"
The amount of stuff I
was tapping for more. They couldn't square. They couldn't spare a square. All right, I was tapping for more toilet paper.
Okay, United States Congressman, I believe you. Who wants to take this one? I believe he likes when we all
graph
do it.
web for two. For fuck's sake! Oh. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Yes. Oh, so beautiful. He loves when we do that.
You son of
cacophony.
Rossi for Reviver Crank, the Vexen Rossi story, loosely based on real events.
Yeah.
Rossi, you are not allowed to sue me when I publish that book of all your super chats. And since I took the time to make it, we gotta play it.
So, oh, for fuck's sake.
This one, so occasionally we pick a tab or two to make Gooch sad. This one I picked to make Badger sad.
Oh no!
I know he's seen it. It's on Discussing Film. I assume you saw this, right?
Yeah, no, I actually watched him talk about it.
Oh, okay. Is this him saying it recently, or is this like an old clip that just got pulled back up?
I had never heard this specific version. I think this goes to show you, one, just how much Rian Johnson broke Mark Hamill with what he wanted to do with Luke's direction.
Jake Skywalker.
Multiple times, Mark told him, this isn't Luke Skywalker. This isn't how people would react. And he even said, like, I started calling him Jake Skywalker because it's not the character I was playing. That he would go and invent a headcanon that the reason Luke went to an island is because he left the Jedi Order to get married, had a child, and then the child found the lightsaber and turned it on, killing himself. And then equating it to people finding unlocked guns because he's a liberal fucking tard.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
First one you
hit was Nerd Scalp.
Yeah, no, it just goes to show you how donged in the head he really is. That's the headcanon he had to cut because he wasn't even joking. That was his headcanon.
So it's actually, though, it's relatively close to what actually happened with like him getting married and the whole Mara Jade stuff. The stuff that Badger wants is he headcanoned it somewhat similar to the actual canon of what should have happened. So I figured that probably would annoy you a bit. And then he gives up being a Jedi. Well,
it's
good. Well, no, that annoy that even he.
Oh, yeah.
Even Mark Hamill was like, bro, give us what should be actually happening. And then gives up being the child. At some point, the child, as a toddler, picks up an unattended lightsaber, pushes a button, and is killed instantly. Do you remember?
Did the wife unalive herself?
Oh, yes. Which, that's dark, but maybe
it's
too
very dark, yeah.
The acolyte, we all complain and he hands the the old Squid Game hands the lightsaber, the little girl, and we're like, she's going to kill everyone with it. What are you doing?
And there's edits of A New Hope where Luke like turns it on and yeah, sure.
When I read that, I was like, I don't know how Badger feels about this, but I would be okay with this. Like, this is
well compared to what we got at 100.
Yeah, compared to what we got. Yes, exactly. I wouldn't have mind seeing that actually, or seeing that in the film.
Moxie, you're a lady. What are your thoughts on Luke getting a wife and having a relationship and kid and a dark backstory and all that stuff?
I would have preferred that over what we got.
Yeah,
but we're fridging his wife. We're killing her off just for character development. Is that okay?
I'm cool with it.
Shove her in the space fridge. Moxie 2025. Okay, well, dang, I thought Badger would get a little fired up about that one.
That's what
I would not rather see that than what we got. I would rather what we got than that. That sounds way fucking worse for just different reasons. If I have a problem with them saying rape, I kind of have a problem with them having the kid kill himself with a lightsaber and then the mom committing unalive. Yeah, that is going to be a bit not the space fantasy that we're running around in.
Save that for Andor.
Yeah, save that for Andor. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we need to actually see it, but I think we could have the story
Keep
of it.
the lightsabers in a lockbox.
Also, ABF, Jesus Christ, you were so unbelievably supportive. I appreciate it so much. I will always appreciate it. I always forget I added the armed Grogu into it. We need to get you a gun.
At least the sequel trilogy.
You got it.
At least it gave us that.
Yes. Seriously, appreciate you so dang much. Michael Bloomberg, they're going to do all these lightsaber control groups and whatnot to steal all of our money and try to disarm us so we can't defend ourselves from the Sith.
By the way, that is an appropriate place for that storyline. Very appropriate place, and it forms his character for a decade onward.
When you say like Star Wars is made for kids, usually it's like that's a bit disingenuous. But when you're like, let's maybe not have him like the kid die and him Minecraft himself because it is a bit more for kids, I think that is a good place to use that argument.
Yeah.
M3GAN 2.0. Definitely not made for kids, but there was a little girl there. When I was leaving, like right next to the stairs, I just see like an 8-year-old girl. I'm like, why are you?
Why?
No. What? So I saw these scores and they looked awful, and I was quite happy because I was hoping this movie would be hot garbage and I would love how bad it was. Instead, it was like kind of okay. I get why M3GAN's got like a 90 or something like that. Critics, the first one. I get why people like it. She's got a fun, funny personality. The old AI wants to kill everyone, but is also like super overprotective of the little girl. It worked. I laughed quite a few times. I was there for all the like AI go burr. But there were actually some good funny moments and a couple of decent character moments. The main actress, Gooch would not have been impressed with her. When they sex her up, I'm like, ooh, they're finally sexing her up. She looked a little drag race. Her chin. You would not have liked her chin, Gooch. She was a handsome lady. So would have liked her to be a bit hotter. But my girl Shin Hati from Ahsoka was the main bad bitch AI. And they actually sexed her up. I don't know why that actress constantly is doing short hair. She always has this like lesbian hair, like boy haircut. And she's still very pretty. But you give her long hair and put some makeup on her, and she is super hot. Like, women, stop doing this short pixie hair. Just go like see a therapist or take up yoga or something like that. Stop with the short hair. We like women because they look like women.
Her and homeboy Balin Skull were like the best parts of Ahsoka, the most interesting. And she's a good apprentice too. She actually listened to him.
And this movie had a lot of terrible acting, but hers was actually pretty good. She played the robotic very well. Like she was kind of very quiet and stern and there was like stoic-ish whatnot in Ahsoka, and it worked well. Like I liked it. She barely even talks and whatnot, but just like all the physical acting, I enjoyed it. Would a lightsaber holster be made out of cortosis though, Badger?
I mean, I guess that's maybe if you accidentally turned it on in the holster and it would just short it out. But yeah. There's safeties, by the way. You know, lightsabers have safeties too.
Do they? That's canon.
Some? Yeah.
But then, like the renegade Jedi's, they don't even, because what's the point of having safety? Because like when you're going up against a Sith, milliseconds count. You know.
Sure.
So yeah, few apprentices chop their legs off with the lightsaber, whatever. We can all force heal now, apparently, so it's cool.
Everyone can do it.
M3GAN 2.0. I was hoping it would be a 4 out of 10. I loved it so much, but it's like a 5.5 out of 10. Fuck. So I actually quite enjoyed a decent bit of it. Got a little sleepy towards the end, but that's probably more my fault. I'm an old person, so I usually get sleepy in the evening. So enjoyed it. But I wanted it to be terrible so I could love it, and there was a lot of terribleness at the end of Act 3 was like the trailer. Like so much of the trailer was the very end of the movie. But the first act was pretty good. I liked all the build up. Middle maybe dragged a smidge, but was still enjoying myself. And then at the end, once M3GAN gets in the new body and she's like flying in like James Gunn Superman, like terrible camera green screen.
Spoiler, it's the fisheye lens. Ryan Johnson is a hack. Knife Out isn't that good. Shout out only because of what Rossi just said. Rossi for 5. It was so sad when Mark said, I used to think Luke was my character. Then I realized that only rented the character Limp Rose. Damn you, Rian Johnson.
I know.
Damn you.
And what was it? French Moon couldn't even say Rian's full name. Had to say Art Johnson.
Yeah.
I like that. He should not be named.
To pronounce his name the right way. He is Rian Roundhead Johnson.
Poor guy. So, Jermaine Clement, or Clement, or however you say his name or whatever. Quite like the guy. He randomly appears as essentially the Elon Musk figure. Loved him. Like billionaire, super egotistical billionaire. He's got the neurochips and all that stuff. Sadly, he quickly gets killed off, which made me really sad because he was actually a really great character. If they would have leaned more into him, he was chewing up the scenery. It was wonderful. I'd probably be giving this thing like a 6, 6.5. I'm currently looking at like a 5.5 to 6. I would consider it maybe half a point under half a point to under a point under Thunderbolts, I would say. Now, it didn't have the good character stuff, but it had a lot of fun and funny. I laughed a surprising amount. I guess, and I like M3GAN as a character, witty and fun, and I enjoyed it. Plenty of cringe moments, but I was expecting it. Don't recommend it to anyone. If you like M3GAN and you're morbidly curious, check it out. Otherwise, I would probably just go see F1. Is that right, Gooch?
Yes, definitely recommend this movie.
Our
it was
review
excellent.
away. Yeah, give us your review.
If you liked movies like Tin Cup, For the Love of the Game, those kind of movies where you got the old vet.
Wait.
I liked none of those movies.
Yeah, because they're sports movies. Sports.
Yeah, I give fuck
they're
all about sports, but character performance, right?
Well,
Story.
even how about Bull Durham? That's another vibe you get from it. It's a really, really good movie. High action, extremely well acted. Javier Bardem is, Javier Bardem, and then
it looked really well shot.
It's incredibly well shot. The soundtrack is amazing. Hans Zimmer and all the other music is just, yeah.
I didn't realize
Peak.
they had a goat
Peak.
in there.
Yeah.
And is the main focus between like their whole relationship, or is it more the team?
There's a couple things going on. There's 3 relationships happening in this movie. You have those 2, then you have Javier Bardem's character and Brad, and then you have these 2, and you're kind of like following Brad Pitt's character on this path, and it's excellent. I really, really enjoyed it.
Was he the gayest young black man you've ever seen?
No, he does a really, really good job. I really liked him, actually. Everything, his mother, I forget her name, but also like great job. Everything about this movie was excellent.
Did it seem all practical? Did they CG any of this stuff?
Yeah,
or they slap a camera on?
No, it seemed practical. To me, it seems practical. They do have the CG stuff, like when they're doing the training circuits, like they're doing the AI stuff, virtual reality stuff. You could combine Tin Cup, Bull Durham with Top Gun, and you get this movie, and it's I would give it 9.5 out of 10. It is like really,
tell me
really
it's
good.
Top Gun. That gets me more.
Yeah, it's definitely more Top Gun, but you get the vibes of like.
That's a video game. He likes video games.
I am going to see it.
I
today,
love
so
Gran
we'll
Turismo.
talk about it tonight.
It's
I'll
better,
either be a happy badger or an angry badger tonight.
It's way better than I love Gran Turismo. I thought it was better than Gran Turismo.
Oh,
yeah, I really, really love this movie.
Gary loved it as well. Said it was fantastic. Grizzled old veteran athlete looking for that last chance to win. The young buck with a lot of potential and arrogance. A little bit of the plot for Major League and phenomenal directing. Nothing groundbreaking, just a good old-fashioned sports movie. Go see it. You agree with that, and then Gooch?
Yes, I even commented on there too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Ooh, 9 out of a Gooch. 9 out of 10 is a 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie theater experience. It gave me hope in movies for the big screen again.
It made you look up.
It made me look up.
F1. Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
See, it's not just Tom Cruise. Brad Pitt.
It's
like in second place is like the last remaining movie star. I do think he counts as a movie star.
It is. The directing is excellent. Editing's excellent. The soundtrack is fucking amazing. I love the soundtrack. The dynamics.
The only reason I contemplated seeing it was because Brad
Pitt, right? Because George Clooney, conversely, I do not consider a movie star anymore because he's burnt all his fucking shit and he can't carry a movie with just his name. Brad.
And I wanted to watch Troy was because Brad Pitt. So new. Brad Pitt still gets me.
The sound when you're, because we were in the sound chairs and everything, and when you hear the cars passing by, like when you hear the cars and everything go by, you're like no, I wasn't D-box, but that sound was like sound like you could hear the cars zooming by. It was just peak. I loved it. Everything about it I loved. It was the writing is excellent in this movie.
Oh, did you see the popcorn bucket? The racing helmet popcorn buckets were actually pretty cool.
I didn't see that, but I got my first like popcorn bucket. In Canada, it's bags of popcorn. So I actually had a bucket. I'm like, I got a bucket.
Yeah, we don't.
So the joke about the butter being at the bottom makes more sense now.
Oh, I poked a hole in the bottom. Yeah.
Oh
no.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It wasn't a small hole.
I'm out.
Patrick, what were we gonna say? I saw the Jurassic World popcorn/drink container with like the little dinosaur in the middle. I moved it around and took a look. I almost asked how much it was because it was actually kind of cool. And there's literally a button that's like a press here button to like take the little drink part off. And I don't know. I might try to justify some way to purchase it.
There's the Lion.
Cool.
I saw the Lion King one. I saw the Lilo one. Yeah.
that they
that what you're saying,
hinted that it should be some sort of Days of because they're already doing a Days of Thunder sequel.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course, bro. Of course, he's gonna do a fucking Days of Thunder before he
I
can't
love
act
Days
it
of
or
Thunder.
do physical
I
things anymore.
love Days of Thunder.
Well, only
Ew.
because Maverick was good that we can hope that a sequel to that would not be alienating.
To me, like this is like better than Days of Thunder. It's just there's some scenes in there you're like, oh shit, like you jump, you're like, oh, like you're kind of worried about like it's really really well done. Great.
A lot
great
of
film.
like close calls and
yeah,
sharp
oh
turns
yeah,
and,
oh yeah, it's great.
and then like afterwards, them trying to fight with the other drivers. Are you coming off?
Oh yeah.
All that
Oh
stuff
no,
I've
I was
seen.
told
Yeah.
to slow down on the way home. I was just like, slow down. No, we're not doing this. Yeah.
So, Moxie,
Uh-oh.
it's sports. Like even me and Badger are a little like sports. F1, is that doing anything for you? I mean, Brad Pitt.
I'd watch the movie and be excited about it. It's not something I would choose to watch on television, let's say, but if I was invited to go to an event, hell yeah. I went to my first NASCAR event earlier this year. I had so much fun. It's awesome.
Oh well, 10% of that is the actual watching NASCARs do NASCAR stuff, and then the other 90%'s the fun
Just
stuff.
watch.
I don't find racing
really?
exciting because it's just
Neither
to
do
me as an amateur, it's a bunch of motherfucker just going in a circle. I don't find it engaging. I'm sure there's a little minutia.
F1 does that occasionally,
but this seems super violent and aggressive.
Yes.
I'm using air quotations, right? Because Formula
you're
One
right.
and they're
No,
exposed.
you're
So
right.
it's a little more than a
How many,
normal and they're in a circle for 3 hours.
No. It doesn't do anything like that. It keeps you engaged, and it does really really good job of the directing and editing is done really really well. You get
Thank you, Russ. Okay, that's
that's
sort of what I was gaining
Right.
from it, and
Yeah.
with the the
Gun-ho.
music and all that seems like it'll be fun.
Yes. So, well, yes, that's what I was. How many helmets get taken off and thrown? Would you say?
There's a couple times where like you're like, oh shit, this is going to be good, and so I don't want to give anything away, but I really enjoyed it. And there's a part you're like, oh yeah, that's
Look, he's evangelizing it. Good. I don't know.
very,
Look, his
very.
dimples. His
I-
dimples
Yes.
are
Oh
out,
yeah.
Badger.
I love this film. I love this film.
Good.
There's a
That's
part
what
I
we
was like,
want.
Brad Pitt. I was just like, oh, that was so Han Solo. That part right there. I was like, yes. Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
have
I
not
like
seen
this.
how deep those dimples go for a while.
They're
Stop.
pits.
Look
Look
at
at
them.
that.
No, I want to poke him.
I've been
Yeah.
smiling the whole time, all week. So like, come on. I highly recommend seeing this movie in the theater. This is, this movie is going to be. For me,
If
this is the
Badger
movie
loves
of
it
the summer.
too, I will consider Unlimited Pass.
I was gonna ask you if I really like it, would you maybe go see? If I tell you like the performances, just in the dynamics between people, because I think that's what you'll hone in on.
I know, but do it.
I know
in
you have a
2
lot of shit.
hours.
I
not
know,
2.5
I
hours.
It goes. It doesn't feel like 2.5 hours. Honestly, it doesn't.
Good.
I think you will like it.
that's
The
good news.
acting is like excellent. Like
Yes.
really, really good.
I know, but as I've learned in the past, that's not enough for me. I need a little bit
Now
of
it's
story
Winchel's.
too. Now, if they were like fighting, now they were in like a space racing league and they were having the exact same stuff happening, then I would have already seen it. I would have definitely seen it instead of M3GAN.
Brought to you by Vidal Sassoon.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of, I definitely owed you guys these from yesterday.
Stop
just
it.
real quick. She's got some great personalities. Sorry, I'm just dealing with chat here. They were owed this, and I'm a man
Stop
of my
it, you.
word.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brad
well,
Pitt's Brad Pitt has a V taper. I've seen it.
there's
Yes.
California
He
straight.
looks good.
now.
He looks good in the film. He
there's
does.
a whole
Does he
question
do
of like,
an ice bath or something or a compression
Yeah,
chamber?
yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does some pull-ups. He's
Yeah,
just like,
all
come
the
on,
kids are
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. If I was to turn gay, if I was.
Yeah.
well, that's
Oh!
that's what I said. We all have guys have like
There's a
that one
possibility
dude like,
now.
all right,
No, it's
fine,
not a
maybe gay
possibility.
for
It's not.
him. And I think
No,
a lot
no,
of guys, Brad Pitt is probably that guy. Not that he would be mine. I'm far too straight. Yeah,
No,
actually, it probably would be Brad Pitt.
No, you would, like, no. Maybe a slap.
Oh, you're
Saying
more
there's a
Johnny
chance.
Depp kind of guy.
Slap in the ass, like good job,
Johnny
champ. Like, good, that's
Depp.
about it.
All right, so, yes, thank you, Maximus. We were just showing off Sydney Sweeney. We need to bring it back down. Chat's getting a little too randy. God, well, I meant thank you, Gunho. I was gonna bring that up Yeah, I was gonna say Daddy Gooch, but he was off screen for a moment.
Let's hold off on that.
Oh,
Daddy,
yes.
Gaddy. We call him
Only
Daddy.
Gooch's biggest fan gets to call him Daddy. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Squid Game 3. We'll talk about that instead. I've watched so it's not season 2.5. It's season 3. It's 6 episodes. They seem to be all about an hour long. Just dropped. Watched the first 2. I'm freaking love, and so many shows, they give you like that first season, maybe 2, where you get what you want, and then they kind of go off the rails to something else. And they can often do it well, but people usually aren't happy. I like Arcane season 1 versus season 2 is a good example. Them having to come up and it gets a little bit too big of a story, and it's like, no, give us what we love from the beginning. And Squid Game, what we love are those games. And they continue to give us the games. The first 2 episodes is the first one is setting up for the next game, and episode 2 is the game. The game they play itself, amazing for some storytelling and some character development. And then how they split up the teams, they give them like a chance to like switch teams and stuff like that. There's a little bit of twist once they actually start the game. Absolutely perfect for some amazing character development and arcs. And then obviously it's Squid Game as well. So lots of people die, and 2 episodes in, freaking loving it. Cannot wait to see where those last 4 go.
Real quick, and shout out to Brad Pitt. You know, the reason he says that the first rule of Fight Club, and then he says it again, is because he forgot what he was supposed to say. So he just said the first line again, and they kept it in.
We as streamers would never do something like that to stall until we remember what we were supposed to say.
Hope that it buys up. Yeah.
So Badger was waiting for it all to come out so he could watch it. So now when you get a chance, you'll probably get around. Do you think you'll start with one from the beginning again?
Red French Moon said this too. This is a solid tactic, because when everyone got pissed off about like Invincible being released in 2 parts, I didn't, because I just waited and then watched it all the way through. Same thing with this. As pointed out, when they do these 2-parters and you go back, it's like, I don't remember who any of these people are, or maybe you remember some of the characters, but you don't have that same emotional level journey. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna watch them all the way through.
Probably smart. My only issue with that is it's subtitled, so you actually have to main monitor.
I can't second monitor it.
But as far as shows I'm gonna main monitor, I wouldn't dare. Even if this were in English, I wouldn't be watching it on the second monitor. Holy crap, so good. You enjoyed season 1 and 2. If you're someone who was like, season 2 is the worst thing I've ever seen, yeah, I would probably just stop it there. But anyone who enjoyed season 2, I'm 2 episodes in, very, very happy with where it's going.
I thought that the direction they went with season 2 was good. I
quite enjoyed it, but like the disproves and whatnot, thought it was the worst thing they'd ever seen, obviously. He's already back to, he was like, the recap for season 2 made it seem way better than it was.
Look.
Okay, bud.
No offense, but the more I've actually paid attention to some of the things he said, I think he might be functionally retarded. Certainly not very much literacy on some things. Come on, guy. It's all right, though.
Are you talking about me or you?
Do not watch it in dub, guys.
Well,
I fully support dub and anime. Do not watch it in dub. This is one of those things that I do not mind reading the subtitles at all, and I can't understand a word he's saying, but I know his acting is fan-freaking-tastic. Got 0-1 style. It's the finale. I just tried to look it up to get a tab just to talk about it, and everything was trying to spoil the shit out of me. Thankfully, I hadn't watched season 2 since 6 months ago, and all the names are Korean, so I didn't understand anything they were trying to spoil because it was just a bunch of Asian sound, a bunch of ching chong sounds or whatever. So
no,
thankfully, I was able to whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
don't be racist. Ching chong is Chinese.
So thankfully, I was able to like repress it in my brain and forget it. So I should be good. But the spoilers are going to be out there. So if you're looking to enjoy it, I would probably watch it ASAP, or stuff's going to get spoiled. I already had a little bit spoiled for me.
Get out. Oh, shut.
Yeah, his acting was so bad. I get like the not knowing English, but even beyond the line delivery, the like physical acting was so bad.
Oh, no, someone should have. Okay, yeah. Someone should have told him like, bro, they're not this emotional. Jedi don't. You can feel it. But you got it on the inside, and
his emotions in the first 2 episodes, because he goes like dead inside, like catatonic, like everything. But then he's like, ooh. I know who screwed everything up for me. So he goes from like super disconnected to very goal oriented for episode 2, and his performance is very, very good.
Yeah.
Now, though, we'll let you plug here in 1 second. David Fincher's American Squid Game series will reportedly begin filming in December, so it's gonna happen. And it's David Fincher, but it's my argument is I'm giving it a chance. I imagine it'll probably be decent just because the source material just sets it up to be pretty good. Just inherently, it's definitely going to be an inferior product, though.
Yeah.
Badger, anything you want to plug since we're at the hour mark?
Inside the Badger Den, episode 80 tonight. We won't have Erwin, but we will, I do believe, have the rest of the Cabal, except Dooley's, I think, because Katie has to work. So, yeah, it'll be there. These two lovely people below will be here. Talk about all the things. Yeah, I've seen Batman. The script is finished. Yeah, we are going to be talking about Superman, but it ain't going to be Trigger Gooch. It's going to talk about the massively varied reactions to one scene. Gooch, you can sit out during it. It's all right. The massively different reactions for just this one scene and the exposure of just either a group of people who have never seen before or the only Superman they've seen is Injustice, or, you know what I'm saying, just... And also, it's the Gunverse and the Snyderverse fans are. It's just ridiculous.
They're having
with everyone else caught in the
proxy
crossfire
war.
who just wants a Superman movie. So yeah, and then all the things, Transformers, be fun.
Oh, so I will say, reverse
Shout
part.
out ABF.
Your issue with season 2 of Squid Game, I think you'll be fine with Squid Game season 3. Gooch, anything you wanted to plug real quick?
I'm on there tonight.
Excellent.
Late night with Gooch and Gang on Sunday night, so everyone swing on by. We'll have some fun there, and yeah, that's about it.
And go see F1, right?
Oh, F1, highly recommend.
Yeah,
Moxie,
gonna see that. We'll talk about We'll talk about F1 tonight.
Nice.
Anything you wanted to plug before I did some business expensing?
No, actually, I'll be inside the Badger Den this evening, and other than that, I do actually have to cut out a little bit early. So, lovely time.
Please do.
I'll see you all.
What are those real life responsibilities like?
Too much. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for being here, Mox.
Bye.
And chat, thank you so much for keeping me from having to do real life responsibilities. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. So now we got some business expensing. So
Creed, 6 feet from the edge, I think is a good one, or whatever the fuck.
Yes, I'll never give you up. I checked that one out. Deadpool, Wolverine. So I've actually been quite enjoying this series.
The hell is that?
Kasara Executioners. So they're getting mind controlled by Strife. And so now Wolverine's mind controlled, but Deadpool, his brain don't work so good, so it's kind of hard to brainwash him. So he's like in and out of being controlled. Quite enjoying it, but then his art's been insane. And then they switch artists, and it wasn't nearly as good. But you notice anything about Nick Fury?
He's white man.
He is a white man. Let's go.
Oh, I was going to say he has gray hair.
Oh, and then Ultimate Spider-Man, they finally did it. They got their third strike. I'm getting the 18th issue, and then I'm done. Maybe I'll check out the trades. So I put up with half black cat. Okay, whatever. They're changing the okay, whatever, half black cat. And then they made some joke about chemtrails, conspiracy theorist or whatever. I'm like, okay, that was fucking cringe. That's strike 2. Now strike 3. Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn are married, and she's a boss bitch. But I actually really liked her. They actually did the girl boss really well. Oh. And then they revealed she's like part of the Mysterio group. And I'm like, oh, well, that's... Okay, well, that's pretty... Okay, cool. I can live with that. And then in this one, they finally say, she is the one who actually runs Oscorp. And that Harry's just some idiot, and she's the real one running it. No! You had it! You had that nice little balance. You were doing it well. I was fine with the girl bossing.
It was kind of sacrilegious in the sense that, like, Stan Lee was pretty open on the fact that he thought Gwen Stacy was Peter's true love, and that, you know, her death is so to have her be resurrected and then be fucking and married to Harry, and then turn into a boss bitch. That's just 2025 stuff. But it's more having her alive and married to Harry that's kind of weird. MJ?
versus
Black
Black
Cat.
Cat.
Felicia.
This is a
Yeah,
terrible
Felicia
Black Cat.
is-
This
That's
Black Cat
McFarlane.
is very manly. Yes, and then Venom beats the shit out of her.
You know, I don't
Uh,
think I like
she's my favorite
McFarlane as an artist. Like, I don't dislike it, but it would. He's just his proportions are so
Amazing.
Yeah,
I
he
100%
doesn't.
agree.
He's
I love his
known
figures.
for.
Love his figures.
I know. Yeah. It's an acquired taste. He doesn't care about proportions. He wants everything to look really dynamic. So, and he's come out and said that. And so, like when you see his
comic
Hulk,
style.
it's like very exaggerated and
Yeah.
all
Well,
disproportionate.
I'm trying to
so-
find the Black Cat butt.
But also Wolfram Hart. Some of the modern comics are good. Like Irwin does like the first part of the run of Ultimate Spider-Man, where Mary Jane and him are married and have kids and blah blah blah.
Oh, yes. So she's and then that's what they do in McFarlane, and she is a supermodel, and so Peter is depressed, so she's like, hey, why? And he's trying to take like photos, so she's like, why don't you take some modeling photos for me? And then they're having some fun, but then he's like, oh, I'm bad at this and now I'm depressed. So then she takes her top off, and is like, why don't we take some private photos?
the
Loving,
thing that made
supportive, hot, and picks up her man by taking her top off. Gooch, what were we saying?
No, I was just going to get back to the McFarlane. Like that series, like him doing the Hulk and then going to the Spider-Man series, he had full control and he ran that series, that limit. I think it's 6-7
well,
books.
So it's like
Yeah.
Badger, you might not like to say like his normal like Spider-Man's, but something like a Venom, like he does Venom character like really freaking well. But then also you like look at this or like his hobos and Spawn, he does have some he does have an interesting
Say
style.
Red, he probably will, but I think he's there to talk about Ironheart, which trust me, there's plenty of tisming to go on about Ironheart, especially if you're black, because I wouldn't be happy if that's how they're depicting my culture. Not at all.
He doesn't just do chicks
the
butts
ass.
great. Look at that Venom
Yeah.
ass, Gooch.
I don't know. Venom must be working out.
Eddie, I know, like he does. He literally it has him
Squats, lots of
lifting weights
squats.
several
Yeah.
times. Yes, I'm trying to find that butt, but I can't. So reading these old school Spider-Man,
They are live.
There we go. Totally understand. Like I started reading this because Leon was extolling the virtues of Venom and whatnot. And I totally freaking get it. Loved it. Classic. Bunch of Fantastic Four and whatnot. Love all the side characters. Spider-Man's got such a great cast of villains as well as like he's sidekicks with literally every superhero in New York. Freaking great. Love it.
Good night, guys.
Can't wait to read more. Yes. On Badgers. Gooch will be there. I will sadly be going through 50 hours of Expedition 33 footage. Appreciate you all so much. Your support is absolutely insane. Could not do this without you. Let's just do a simple one since they're going. ABF, sing us out, man.